Hi folks, welcome back to the Horde. It's about 12:40, 9:22, Sunday, about 70 degrees. And look at this, my batteries are all charged. Where are we? There we go. See that? So, first of all, weather report. You can see it's partly cloudy out there. Nice looking day here in the Hudson Valley, 68, fall, drying out a little bit, gotta love it. Did get rain last night. Also spent yesterday at a wedding, though I didn't drink much. Actually, I didn't drink at all. I had the wife drink and I just drove her home. So, kind of got home, you know, it was 10, 11 o'clock. By the time I wound down, it was after midnight. It was raining pretty hard. You know, my alarm kind of went off at 5, and I took a quick look out the window, and it was raining, and I just said, you know what? Homie's going to get himself some sleep today. There's really nothing that I need at the flea market. My funds are a little tight after that furlough week. You know, I'm kind of counting pennies a little bit here. So I figured, you know what, homie should stay home and get some work done. By not going to the flea market, that means I didn't need a nap, which means I actually got out here and got moving a little earlier, and that's not a bad thing. So here we are. I've cut up the bed rails. I use bed rails for most of my framing projects. I cut up the bed rails. You can see I did some welding here. There's a butt weld. As this project went along, my welds actually got better. You can see they're pretty ugly. Well, that one's not bad. That one's pretty ugly. Where are we? That one's pretty ugly. That one got better. That one I ground down a little bit. It's not horrible. That one I ground down a little bit. It's not horrible. So yeah, normally when I don't weld, I normally don't weld all the time. Sometimes I go for months without welding, and actually it's been a lot of months. So you know, the first few welds are a little shaky, and then they get better and better as time wears on. I mean, you can see, you know, this is looking at the weld from the back side. I got some halfway decent penetration there, and these I did later. Anyway, I gotta weld up the corners. You can see those are loose. I'm gonna have 2 squares stacked up. The back of the square is gonna bolt up here. I'm going to have 2 layers, one at about 37. The next one down is probably going to be, I don't know, at about 20, 28, 27, 26, something like that. Basically, I want to put these boxes underneath. I should measure the depth of these boxes to make sure that they're going to work out. You know, I assume they are, but who knows? Yeah, the boxes will work out. As a matter of fact, they'll work out perfectly. They're about 17, and that's about how deep I'm going with this. So these boxes will be under the bench. The bench is going to be from here to this guy here, which makes it about 87 inches. Then there's going to be a little dead space here that I'll probably do something with. This whole area, I don't know, not a bad place to stick a shop vac or something. Just kind of a dead spot in the corner. Probably not a bad place at all for a shop vac, or even the welder. There will be approximately 2 feet of space between the floor and the bottom shelf, so to speak, where these things will be sitting. So there will be a little bit of space underneath there. I don't get any water or anything here. This is nice and dry, but it is plenty dirty. Plenty of dirt blows in. So I'm not quite sure what I'm putting down there. I think it's shorter than a propane bottle. Propane bottle's probably a couple of feet. So a propane bottle would probably fit, but I don't think I don't think I'm going to put a line of propane under it. And then on top, I obviously want to be able to put my head underneath this. So I have, I don't know, about 3 foot from there up to the ceiling. But obviously these cables mess me up. So maybe there'll be a little deeper shelf here than a shallow shelf further up. And then along the back wall, obviously I mentioned I want to put those magnetic strips so I can put all the wrenches and all up and basically clean things up. I want to get rid of this rolling bench. I want to get rid of that rolling bench. I just want them gone. Looks like the compressor will probably fit underneath here. That's a good thing. That's a very good thing. Get that out of the way. Yeah, the compressor is about 26. So that'll be perfect. Yeah, get the compressor out of the way there. I don't know if I'm going to permanently sit the welder on top of the bench or not. Supposedly there's a welding bench down in the other garage that a welder should be sitting on. I deliberately put that bench together to keep a welder on. So the welding should really occur down there by the garage door. It's kind of silly to weld through an extension cord like I am. The cord gets hot, and occasionally the welder seems to get a little cranky about it. It'd be better if it was plugged right into a house circuit without the extra resistance. So I guess what I'm saying here is working on the workbench, making some progress. To celebrate the wife's birthday this week, we're going to go upstate a little ways, get some apples and fruit. And I'm probably going to bring the camera along. There's some interesting things to see as you go upstate. Some interesting roadside hoards. There's, if we get up far enough, there's a character that has a hoard of military stuff that's pretty cool. And there's another character with a hoard of all-terrain vehicles, which is also kind of cool. Obviously, that's where my heart is. So I might just bring the camera along and try to shoot some of that. Some folks kind of think it's amusing that pictures are taken of their stuff. Other folks get freaky and threaten to shoot you. So we have to be sensitive about that. Obviously, I don't want to invade anybody's privacy, and I really don't want to be shot today. It's not a good day to be shot. I don't think any day is a good day to be shot, but today's really not a good day to be shot. And speaking of which, there's been enough of that out there these days. One person shot after the next. Personally, folks, I believe in gun ownership. Own guns. Have as many guns as you want. But please, they're your guns. Don't let anybody else play with them. The woman in Connecticut, I don't mind that she had 1,000,000 guns. I don't mind that she had a AK-47 or whatever the heck that Bushmaster gun was, the one her son got a hold of. I don't mind that she had them, but keep your stuff safe. Keep them in a gun safe. Keep them locked up. Lock a closet. Don't let your kids play with them. Own them, but then be responsible for them. Keep them someplace safe. If somebody could get to them that shouldn't get to them, they can get in a lot of trouble, right? There are people out there whose minds and hearts are not exactly clear. All right, folks, live, love, and have a great time. We'll catch you on the next episode of The Horde. Till then, tires down, handlebars up, and lock your guns up. Thanks, folks.